Early on, when my son was born, the wife and I found out real fast that using an iPhone torch for a breastfeeding nightlight wasn't going to cut it. So we did some quick searching and we found what I think is possibly the best breastfeeding / nightlight that I've found on the internet. Hey guys, Harrison here from Dad Knows Best, and today I am doing a review of the Vava Night Light. Now, as I said at the opening, back when our son was born, we were using iPhones just to light the room up, because when he was asleep next to our bed, obviously we didn't want to turn the big light on and wake him up, so we resorted to a torch on our phones. Realised that it was too hard to hold the phone, point that, but try and shield it, and it was just chaos. So we decided to do, or the wife should I say, decided to do some searching to try and find a perfect solution to the problem. So we were looking for something that was dimmable, battery powered, so it was portable. So she did some searching around and she actually found something, I think it was called the Casper glow lamp. So I'll try and find a clip of it, but basically it was a cool little lamp. You can like pick it up, rotate it, flip it, it lights up, it dims and different stuff. It was amazing, looked amazing, but I think it was like £100 for this lamp, and there is no way I'm paying £100 for a lamp. So went on the old Amazon, did a quick search, found a few of the videos online to see if anyone had examples of these little nightlight breastfeeding lamp things. Found this Vava Night Light, and I gotta say I'm pretty impressed with it. So here's the bad boy. So after doing a quick bit of searching on Amazon, I stumbled across this Vava Night Light, and I think it cost like £20, so it was an absolute bargain compared to the Casper glow lamp. And I think it's absolutely feature full. I don't know why I love it so much. I just think it's such a nifty little light. And let me show you how it works. So basically, it's got like two different places you can touch it. It's touch sensitive, so there's no buttons anywhere. It's just like a little, I don't know if you can see that, but it's like a little egg. You double tap it to turn it on. Double tap to turn it off. Simple, right? Let me turn it back on. You can hold your finger on when it's on, dims down, and it goes quite low. We're obviously in a lit room right now, but in pitch black of night, that's perfect because you can just see it and like see around in the immediate area. And obviously hold your finger to go back up, and if you stop halfway and press it again and hold it, it'll go back down instead of having to go all the way up before it goes all the way back down. Another thing I really like about it is you can, let me turn this up, you can control the colour temperature as well. So right now it's kind of a white colour, but if you hit the logo, or hold it should I say, so you can change it. I don't know if maybe you can see that more on my face than the actual lamp itself. We've gone from a really warm to really cool. And if you don't want the really white, because that's quite mentally stimulating, bring it to the warm for the evening. Beautiful. Sort of in between. I like it a little bit because it's a little bit brighter. Obviously the warmer you go, the brighter the light would have to be for it to fill the room. Then there's also a cool thing where, let me just turn it off. So if you say it's in the middle of the night, baby's crying, you need the light on, or you want to get out of bed and go somewhere, don't know where you're going in the middle of the night, maybe to the toilet, you can hold your finger on, it goes to what they call a night light. So I don't even think you can see that on here right now, but that is actually off. See? Like barely comes on. But that's so if the last setting you had it on, which it remembers, was bright, it doesn't do that. So let me turn it off. So let me turn it all the way up. So that's as bright as it goes. Turn it off. Hold it on. It goes to night light. Turn it off. Turn it on, full brightness. So it remembers where you had it, and the night light stops you from blinding everyone in the room. It's not going to blind you, but obviously it's quite a bright light in a dark room. And yeah, it's just a nice soft bit of lighting. Another reason I love this is because it's rechargeable. Now, who doesn't like rechargeable? So you've got a few different options as well. There's actually so this is actually on all the time, but on standby. You can see there's a little flashing light there. Oh, one other thing I actually forgot to mention as well is when it's on, if you double tap the logo, you then put that onto an hour timer, so it will turn itself off after an hour. The light's gone green, whereas normally it's blue. Double tap it again to turn it off. Back to the battery, yeah, so you can plug it straight in, so it's got a little gasket here, which by the way, they say it's like a camping light as well, so you can hang it, which is pretty cool. Maybe when Elliot, the little boy, is older, we're playing in his little tent in his room, we can hang it up and have story time. Turn that on so you can see me because it's getting dark. So you can plug it in directly, or, and this is what I love, see the metal ring here? It actually comes with a little charging base. Let me just get the base. Comes with a full plug as well, obviously to the wall, micro USB, little charge base, and you just plonk it on the base and it charges, and obviously you can just pick it up when you need to. Bosh. When it comes to how long the battery will last, Vava say it will last for up to 6 hours or so on the brightest light, and up to an insane 200 hours on its dimmest. Now obviously you'd expect it to last longer when it's completely dim, as opposed to as bright as it can go. And I haven't actually done a solid test on how long it will last, but all I can say is, back in the early days when Elliot was up every few hours, we just passed out whenever we could in the bed. We've left this on, not even on the charge base, but we just left it on the side. And when we woke up again to the sound of crying baby, this thing was still going. So it seems to last, I would probably say it will last you a couple of days before you might need to put it on the base. That's assuming you're not using it all the time. But because you can just plonk it on the base and then pick it up when you need to go, you just have the base next to your bedside table like we've got, and then simple. Love it, absolutely love it. If I'm going to be honest, with a couple of downsides, and it depends who you are whether these are actually downsides or not, and I spoke to the wife as well because I wanted to know what she thinks, because she's obviously used it a lot as well. But one thing that we sort of said was the shape of it. So for me, it's not an issue. I've got big hands, I can grab the thing, but it's smooth. She finds, because her hands are slightly smaller, when you're trying to grab it from the side, it's a little bit tricky to sometimes grab because it's just smooth. Another thing as well is, if you pick it up from the top, it's not going to do it for me apparently. Yeah, if you pick it up from the top, you can obviously touch because there's no marker or anything that tells you whether it's a button or not. So if you grab it and accidentally catch it with your thumb or something, you can turn it on, off, or change the brightness. Same with the color temp as well. You can accidentally get your hand on and change the color temp. Is that a bad thing? Depends how you look at it. Personally, I don't seem to have a problem with it, but I've got big meaty hands, so depends on what kind of hand size you are. When it comes to what we didn't like, that's probably it really. It's just the shape of it. So if it's not that we don't like the shape, I actually love the shape because it's just simple and safe. And I say safe, it just kind of rolls around, feels pretty rugged, feels pretty robust. But yeah, if you have small hands, might be a little bit tricky to pick up, and sometimes you can catch the touch buttons. But honestly, that is literally it. I love this thing. Don't know why I'm so passionate about this little lamp, but I flipping love it. So yeah, that is it. Love this thing. Super passionate about it. Don't know why. It's just a little light, but I love it. Probably because it's a £20 alternative to a £100 and something lamp. But I'll leave a link in the description to this. And if I can find a link for the Casper light, I will, even just to go and have a look at. Don't get me wrong, that thing is cool as anything. You can flip it and stuff and it half dims, but it's £110. I expect some engineering in that. 20 quid, can't go wrong. Thoroughly recommend it to anyone with a kid, especially a young babby. Hang that bad boy up when you're camping. I don't know if you're an avid camper, but yeah. All in all, guys, hopefully that was helpful for you. hit the like button if it was, subscribe if you want to, so you can get more of my good face. I also do a podcast, Dad Knows Best podcast. If you're not already subscribed to that, it's just me and my best friend talking about what it's like to be a parent. We share some pop tips, some advice, we just have fun. We're just about sharing war stories and having a laugh at each other, really. But yeah, you might find that interesting. I'll put a link to that in the show notes as well. But until next time, guys, see you later.